In the fast-paced and ever-changing landscape of suburban theater, it can be hard to know where to toe the line between wholesome and edgy. The Ames Center in Burnsville, Minnesota is no stranger to putting on controversial shows like The Nutcracker and Catch Me If You Can the musical. But recently, the theater ran into a bit more controversy than they bargained for after canceling a production of playwright Duck Washington's show, Caucasian Aggressive Pandas and Other Mulatto Tales. The show was taken off the Ames Center's calendar after Washington refused to remove the word mulatto from the title. I recently sat down with Duck to see how he felt about his work being too edgy for suburbanites. Thank you for sitting down with us, Duck.
Absolutely. Pleasure to be here.
Duck? You preferred that to Derek?
Yeah, Duck is great.
Can you tell me something about this apparently racist show?
The city of Burnsville and the people of the Ames Center decided that the word mulatto made them uncomfortable, and so they shut down the possibility of us doing the show out there.
Your play couldn't get performed because you use a cookie in the title? It's a little ridiculous.
A cookie?
Yeah, Milano?
Mulatto. It's definitely a word that's a part of African American history, and I don't think it's one that should just be brushed under the rug. Even the census recognized for quite some time as describing a person who was half white and half black.
So your dad...
Yes.
Reads To Kill a Mockingbird, doesn't get it, meets your mom.
Yeah. Voila, I am here.
This human question mark is born.
That's right.
I'm just trying to understand what it is about your play that someone in Burnsville wouldn't like.
Right. It's a good question, but it definitely seems to have ruffled the feathers of somebody out there. I was operating under the impression that people would receive it well and that they would think that it was a show of value. The Chameleon Theater Circle encouraged them to talk to me about the show, but they refused. I sent them a letter both to the city council, the mayor, and Brian Luther, who runs Venue Works that operates the Ames Center. I never got any kind of a response back at all.
Oh, would you like to do an impression of what you think that meeting might be like?
Hi. Thank you for meeting with me. I understand that you have some concerns about my play.
I do, Duck. I don't like the M word, especially in the title.
The M word?
The M word. Here in Burnsville.
Are you talking about the word mulatto?
Duck, we try not to use words of hate in the city of Burnsville. We're, how you say, Lutheran city?
I think the word is only a word of hate if you use it in a specific context.
To people.
It's a word with some very horrible origins.
Yes.
It's not a word to be taken lightly or to ignore the history of.
Yes.
But I think that it's a word that's important to the story that I'm trying to tell, which is a story about inclusion and openness and bringing people into the conversation about race and identity.
It's the Ames Center. It's not some rap venue where you can just throw out any word. Here in Burnsville, we have a very thriving suburban demographic that we try to defend, protect from, let's say, uncomfortable instances of thought. Does that make sense? Sure, your word could be used to help and enlighten people, maybe create a conversation between different sets of individuals. But in the long run, won't I be getting emails? Won't people be asking me things like, why aren't there more multiracial groups around town? I don't know, how come the police don't get to do whatever they like doing anymore?
Don't you think those are questions you should be answering for people?
It's Burnsville.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Burnsville. It's a great town.
We'll table it for now.
Okay.
And hopefully in a couple of decades, we'll come back to it. And in that time, we'll both be dead.
Why will I be dead?
Well, that was awkward.
Yeah.
See, there was no conceivable way for you to fix that, right? So at least you tried, right? Yeah. It's a sad world we live in when an artist can't share his art because of the color of his skin. It just goes to show that even with all of our progress, there's still so much more work.
Aron, they just announced that the show will be produced after all.
I'm sorry?
Yeah. The Chameleon Theater Circle's next season is going to be a tour of the Twin Cities, and Caucasian Aggressive Pandas is now going to play at the Bloomington Performing Arts Center.
Oh. Okay. So, good for Duck, right?
Yeah. Thank God Bloomington finally solved racism.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to say that. But yeah, God bless Bloomington. You know, that multicultural paradise that spans all the way from the Mall of America to the IKEA? Yeah, good for them. They really did it. And as for Burnsville, well, at least they'll always have this.
I love Burnsville. I love Burnsville. Hey!
Yeah, Burnsville!
No wonder they didn't want to put on the show.
Yeah.
Tune in tonight. Minnesota tonight. Minnesota tonight.